Hi, y'all. I'm Paula Deen, and I'd love it if you'd join me today for a traditional low-country Savannah-style cookout. We're going to start by catching some seafood off of Tybee Island. Then we'll all go back and I'll whip up a scrumptious southern shrimp salad. And then next I'll show you the secret to a plump, peppery shrimp platter that's guaranteed to please. Next, it's the ladies' own beer-battered shrimp fry recipe. And finally, I'll give you a peek in the pots that turns out a low-country boil second to none. So move over, Bubba Gump. We got some shrimping of our own to do. Hey, y'all. I'm so glad that you've joined me for today's show. We're going to be in the Atlantic Ocean that surrounds my home here on Wilmington Island, and we're going to be in a shrimp boat along with Captain Michael Sullivan, and he's going to teach us everything we always wanted to know about shrimping. So y'all stay tuned. I want you to go with me. Hey, Mike.
Good morning, Paula.
How are you?
Welcome aboard the Flying Cloud.
Oh, thank you. I couldn't hardly wait.
Okay.
To get here. I'm so excited.
Well, let's go catch some shrimp.
I'm ready. What kind of shrimp do you catch here in the Savannah waters?
Right now, this time of year, we're catching a species called Penaeus sativus, which is a Georgia white shrimp. They're some of the best eaten shrimp in the world. The diet is mainly squid or calamari, and that's what makes them so much better tasting.
So you're going to take me out,
so we're going
and we're going to catch a bunch of shrimp.
These some beautiful shrimp we caught today.
Oh my gracious,
well,
we did so good.
Your reward is we're going to cook some on the boat for you today. We just take them right off the deck, put them right in the pot, and drop them in this.
Now, how long are you going to let those cook for, Michael?
Well, that'll knock the boil off of it for a minute. I'll let them come back to a boil and let them have a nice white foam build on them, and then shut them off and let them simmer for 2 or 3 minutes till they're done to our taste. Okay, Paula, you ready to let's try one and see how cooked they are?
It's $1 waiting on a dime, baby.
All righty. Let's see where they at. Aren't these marvelous? The size of them. They're gonna be a little warm now.
That's all right.
But
oh my gracious.
I can tell they're done just right by the feel of it.
He slipped right out of that shell.
Yeah.
It's the best shrimp I've ever eaten, Michael.
It really is.
You've cooked them perfectly. It has the texture and the taste of lobster, doesn't it?
It was absolutely great.
It's out of this world. Thanks, Mike. I sure do appreciate it. I don't know what was more fun, catching them or eating them.
Well, we sure enjoyed having you, and you're welcome to come back anytime.
I wish I could stay, but I got to get to my kitchen.
Okay, Paula, here are your shrimp.
Oh,
it's your bounty for the day.
Thank you, Michael.
Well, y'all enjoy them.
I had a ball.
Thank you.
You come see me now.
I sure will.
Bye.
Bye.
I've had the greatest day today. We've been out on the shrimp boat shrimping, and I think that's probably one of the most popular fruits of the sea. Everybody knows about them, everybody's familiar with them, and I've never heard a person that didn't like them. And I think the best way to cook this size that I have today is in shrimp salad, so that's what I'm making, a succulent southern shrimp salad. And we're gonna start by peeling our shrimp, and we've already deveined them, we've already run a knife down the back, so all I have to do is just take the skin off, and you just pop the ends of the tails, and then they'll just come right on out. We're gonna drop these shrimp down into hot boiling water that has a bouquet of herbs. This is what they look like. It's crushed bay leaves and peppercorn and celery seeds. We're gonna go ahead and drop the bag in our boiling water so that those flavors can start blending while I'm finishing up these last few shrimp. There's just, it seems like 100 different ways to cook shrimp, but today I'm gonna be cooking for you some of my very all-time favorite ways to serve them. We're going to be doing a low country boil, which is very, very indigenous to Savannah. Every time I have my gang of family over, I'll say, now what do y'all want me to cook tonight? And they'll say, low country boil, low country boil. Is there anything else? So I always fix that for them when they come to the house. We're going to drop these shrimp down into hot boiling water. Now, the only way you can mess this dish up right here is by overcooking your shrimp. I can't tell you how important it is to just leave these in no more than about 3 minutes. And I wish you were here and could smell that bouquet. The flavors are just yummy coming up out of that pot. And you see the shrimp are already starting to curl and turn pink. Our shrimp are ready now, and we're gonna spoon these out because I need this great stock to cook our rice in. All right, we've got our water back to a rolling boil, and we're just gonna dump our rice over in there. We've left our bouquet of garnish in there. We're gonna stir it up. We're gonna put the lid on it, and we're gonna turn our heat down, and we're gonna cook it for about 20 minutes. And while we're waiting on our rice to cook, I'm gonna be mixing up the base for our shrimp salad. Now at this point, you can take your shrimp and you can take scissors or a knife and cut them up, but I'm gonna leave these whole because they're not too big that you can't pop a full one into your mouth. We're gonna start with just simple mayonnaise. A little Vidalia onion chopped up, or a sweet onion. If you can't find Vidalia, just make sure it's a sweet onion. And we're gonna put olives in this dish, and the olives just give it a whole different flavor. It's kind of a little surprise. Oh, it's so good, and it makes it kind of salty. Our rice is done now, and we've let it cool, and I'm gonna remove our little flavoring pouch here, and we're just gonna dump our rice into our mayonnaise mixture. Now, if your water did not cook out of your rice, then you'll wanna drain it. But ours worked out perfectly where all the water was absorbed. And we're just gonna dump our shrimp into the bowl and toss. It's just that simple. And you know, adding the rice to this dish is a great way to stretch it if you're trying to feed more people than you thought you were gonna have. And that's all there is to Southern shrimp salad. I've got a nice crisp Boston lettuce ready here, and we're just gonna line our bowl with a little of the lettuce, and this is wonderful to eat along with the salad. And we're just gonna pile our shrimp salad right into the center of that lettuce. This makes a terrific Sunday night supper. It's not too heavy, and a great way to finish up your weekend. And all it needs now is just a little garnish. And I'm gonna do that using a little ground paprika to give it that pretty red color. And I'm gonna wedge a lemon to go on top, simply by inserting my knife into the lemon and pulling it out and going right back in, out, in, kind of like jack-o'-lantern teeth, until we've made a complete circle around our lemon. See how simple that was? We're just gonna nestle that right there, and all this little baby needs is some cracked black pepper, and we're ready to eat. Coming up next, I'm gonna be doing our beer-battered fried shrimp and our black pepper shrimp, so stay tuned because we're fixing to heat up.
I so hope y'all are enjoying the show, and if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break.
Hi, we're back, and I hope that y'all are hungry because I've got two of the most delicious, easy shrimp dishes you have ever tasted coming up. The first dish I'm gonna start with is black pepper shrimp, and it's really a Cajun dish. My Aunt Trina, who lives in Houma, Louisiana, taught me how to make them. And we're starting with just butter. I've actually got 2 sticks of butter in here, and we're gonna take our garlic and we're gonna toss it into our butter. We don't wanna cook the garlic, we just wanna let the flavor release in it. And I've got our shrimp, they're washed and ready to go. And as you'll see, they're in their jacket. This is one of the few dishes that you will eat with the shell on. Of course, before you eat it, you'll remove the jacket, but I'll show you the best way at the end of the show how to eat and enjoy black pepper shrimp. So we're just gonna dump these in our casserole dish, spread them out. You just won't believe how easy this dish is. This is probably my very, very favorite way to eat shrimp. All right, our butter has melted. So I'm gonna cut that off and just pour it over those shrimp. That butter and that garlic and your shrimp stock is gonna make an unbelievable dipping sauce for our French bread. And I'm going to use a couple of different peppers just because I like the different textures. Now this is a regular fine ground black pepper that I'm using. And then I'm going to use some coarse ground fresh black pepper. And there is no way that you can get too much pepper on these. That looks like a lot, doesn't it? But it's not. In fact, I'll probably go back and add more. Now some of the different variations I've seen have kind of a red tint to them. So I'm assuming that they'll use like a hot sauce or something like that, which you could do. But like I said, out of all that I've tasted, this is still my favorite. We're just going to toss those around until they're well coated. And just when I think I've got enough black pepper, I'm going back for more. And I'll probably start sneezing on y'all in just a couple of minutes. I can feel the pepper going up into my nose. Now all we're going to do is pop this in a 350-degree oven, and we're going to let them cook until they're pink and done, which will probably be 15 to 20 minutes. While our shrimp are cooking now, I'm going to beer batter these fat, plump shrimp. All we're going to do is start with a cup of plain flour or all-purpose flour, and we're going to add a cup of beer to it. And I'm going to pour this very carefully so I'll have as little head as possible. And that's all we do. And the yeast from that beer is going to activate the flour, giving us a nice light batter. And then we're going to sit it just on the counter and let it sit for about 3 hours. It needs just a few hours for that yeast to activate the flour. And I already made some earlier, so we're ready to fry. And the first thing we're going to do is take our shrimp and pat them dry. We just want to make sure they're dry so that that batter will adhere to them. Before we start frying the shrimp, I'm going to check on our black pepper shrimp in the oven because, as I told you, it doesn't take long and we don't want to overcook them. And they are ready. Look at those succulent shrimp. Unbelievably out of this world. All right, now we've got all of our shrimp dried and ready for the fryer, and we're going to fry them on 350. And I usually work about 4 shrimp at the time. All right, we're just going to take our dry shrimp, dip them in our batter, and kind of knock them on the side of the bowl and just drop. And you want to work pretty quickly because these are going to cook very fast, and you don't want your shrimp staying in there any longer than they need to. So that's all I'm going to put in this round, and I'm going to start checking and see how beautiful and brown they're already turning. The first ones that we've put in are already done. See how quick? And we can see they're done because you can see how the shrimp are kind of busting open. If they stick together on you, just kind of pry them apart, but be very careful because that grease is terribly hot. And that completes our beer-battered fried shrimp. I want to show y'all how I serve these succulent black pepper shrimp. I give everybody a bowl, their own bowl, and I just pile them up in there. And I want to make sure that everybody gets their fair share of butter. See, I'm not selfish at all. And I serve this along with a crisp green salad and a chunk of hot French bread for dipping, a lemon wedge for those that like a tangy shrimp. And that's all there is to it. And of course, the fried shrimp, you just serve those along with your favorite sauce. And your family is just gonna love you. Now that I've showed you how to plate these up and what I serve with them, I think it's only appropriate that I show you how I eat them. First of all, you take them with their shell on. You suck all that butter and garlic and the flavor of the shrimp out. Now, that makes it easy for you to peel. It's no longer messy because you've already eaten the messy part. Then you dip them back down into your butter. And it just doesn't get any better than that. If you think these are good, come back and see what I'm going to do with a Low Country bowl.
I hope y'all are enjoying the show, and I want to hear from you. Tell me what recipes or videos you'd like to see me make by just leaving a short comment below. Now, let's get back to the show, y'all.
I hope y'all are ready for the grand finale of our meal today, because I'm ready for y'all. The first thing we're going to start with is the proper pot. And I tell you, I wouldn't recommend doing this dish unless you had this type of pot with a basket, because otherwise it's going to be too hard to dip your food out, and then your shrimp might get too done. And we're going to start with a good seasoning. I've got Old Bay here, and I'm not going to be bashful. I'm going to put 3/4 of a cup in here. The next thing I want to talk to you about is the order in which you drop your food into your pot. Now, it really depends on what size potato you have. So if these were real large potatoes, we would drop them in probably about 20 minutes before we did everything else. But since they're small, I'm going to drop them in at the same time that I drop the sausage in, because those sausage is going to be the flavoring to this pot. And I'm going to take our corn and I'm just going to snap it into, and doesn't it look just out of this world? When I'm cooking this for my family, usually there's 20 or 25 of us, so we do this outside over a gas flame. This is definitely one of those great outdoor meals that feed a crowd with very, very little sweat. All right, it looks like it's ready for the shrimp. And you'll notice that these shrimp are still in their shells, which is the way you want to do it. You want to keep them in those jackets so it'll seal in their flavor. And you can see as I scoop some up, see how quickly they cook? They're already turning nice and pink. All right, we're ready to pull our seafood feast out of the pot. And we're going to tilt it and let a little of that water pour off of it. And if you're cooking for a real crowd, girls, you'll want to whistle for your man for this one. But I'm a sturdy girl, so I can handle it. And all we're going to do is just dump this onto the newspaper, just like that. Doesn't that look delicious? Now, I'm going to finish it off just because I like the seasoning. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit on, and it's ready to eat.
I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break.
I hope y'all have had a good time with me today on our shrimp show. I hope maybe I've shown you a few things that you hadn't thought about or thought was maybe too hard for you to do. And before we leave, I want to share just a couple of more tips with you. I've made lots and lots of southern shrimp salad, and we won't eat it all tonight. So tomorrow, I'm going to take this very same shrimp salad, and I'm going to stuff it into these red peppers and top it with Parmesan cheese, and I'm going to bake them, and my family will think they've got a brand new meal. And the next tip I'd like to share with you, if it's at all possible when you're getting your shrimp, if you can get heads on, by all means do it, because that's where your stock and your flavor really comes from. But if you don't have the heads, you can take the shells, just as I've done today, and cover them with water and cook them for 2 or 3 hours and boil all that flavor out of them. That will give you a nice stock for soups and sauces. All right, I want to tell you how my family and I eat this. There's no pretense to it, nothing fancy, but it's so easy for Mom. We just put whatever we want on our paper plates, and I would have all the condiments around. That would be tartar sauce, cocktail sauce, and drawn butter for those that like their shrimp dipped in butter, which I have to say I'm guilty. And to complete the meal today, I've got a southern shrimp salad with rice. I've got our fried shrimp and a green salad. And of course, these succulent black pepper shrimp bathed in garlic butter. Michael Sullivan, thank you for a great day on the water today, catching these beautiful shrimp, and all of my friends in Savannah. And until next time, America, best dishes from my kitchen to yours.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.